If you were a kid growing up in the mid-2000s with an internet connection, then chances are you had a Webkinz pet and played online in the virtual Webkinz world. Webkinz are a series of plush toys that were first released by Ganz in 2005, and became insanely popular in the years following. Each toy came with a secret code that could be used online to access the Webkinz world. This online world brought your pet to life and allowed you access to a plethora of different areas, including your own house, an arcade, and shops, in addition to a large community of fellow Webkinz owners. You could even chat with people in the clubhouse and send letters to people on your friends list. It was a really big deal, and I even got in on the craze. It was really fun, and I remember spending countless hours furnishing my house and trying to collect enough Kinz cash to complete furniture series from the shop. But aside from having memories of all the fun features that Webkinz had to offer its players, there was also the memories of playground rumors that popped up and got passed around about the game. I remember a lot of minor rumors from back in the day that involved losing all of your Kinz cash or having your pet get sick, but there was nothing that could compare to the lore surrounding what's known as the Webkinz killer. It all started during the beginning rise of the Webkinz craze in early 2007, when various claims popped up about killers inside the virtual Webkinz world that could harm your pet, usually resulting in their death. The term Webkinz killer doesn't necessarily refer to one character or instance in particular, but rather a term that was used to describe any instance of death, as there were many different stories told and ways it could allegedly happen. My first run-in with the Webkinz killer was in the 5th grade, when a friend of mine had told me about the now legendary black box rumor. Apparently the black box was an item that would randomly spawn in one of your rooms as you enter. You were supposed to leave the room as quickly as you could, or else the stray pet who was hiding inside of the box would jump out and stab your Webkinz. Believe it or not, I actually had a run-in with this black box back in the day. After placing the home version of Skunk Sweeper in one of my rooms, a visual glitch caused the game to appear as a black box rather than a flat object on the floor. I was able to leave the room, and upon re-entering, the glitch was fixed, though needless to say I never played Skunk Sweeper again and sold that copy back to the shop. Another story I heard quite often was Dr. Quack and his alleged psychotic behavior. As the name implies, Dr. Quack is the medic of Webkinz world, so naturally his role was to give your pet a checkup and make sure they stayed healthy. This role led to many rumors about how you could make him so mad that he'd attack your pet. This ranges from clicking the poster in his office 32 times, to visiting him at midnight, or even having him make a house call. The most convincing Dr. Quack story probably involves your pet's actual health, as in the game they have meters that represent this. If you neglect your pet for a while, they actually can get sick. This concept led to rumors about Dr. Quack giving your pet a pill which was actually poison, once again resulting in their on-screen death. In fact, most of the main characters in Webkinz had rumors made up about them, including Miss Birdie, who was rumored to send out black letters, and random stray pets who would hide in your rooms and wait to strike. If you go through the very deep and archaic Webkinz rumor lore, you'll find most of these killer stories to be pretty similar to each other and pretty baseless. Of course, hearing about any kind of misfortune like this as a kid is scary enough, but the concept of a Webkinz killer roaming the virtual world back in 2007 actually has some reason to be believed. The commotion these rumors caused was not isolated to little kids playing with their pets online, but it found its way into the real world as well. There are some sites still accessible from back during this period that discuss the Webkinz killer rumor and share some concerns the parents had about hearing such stories from their kids. One email reads, "My kids came home from school yesterday telling me they heard of a computer virus issue associated with their Webkinz. The virus comes on the screen as a penguin with red eyes and ruins your PC." This email brings up a really interesting point because it mentions the idea of a virus that ruins your PC. As strange as it sounds, one of the biggest reasons why the Webkinz killer rumors flourished so well was because of how happy and harmless the site seemed. The irony of this is that it was believed Webkinz was merely a front for something much more malicious. A few months later into the Webkinz killer lore, I began hearing firsthand about new rumors regarding Neopets infiltrating Webkinz in order to conduct these killings. Someone had even gone as far to tell me the actual Neopets site had a feature where you could type in the name of a Webkinz pet and within 10 days it would be killed off. And in regards to hearing something like a virus, I remember some talk back in the day about rogue or disgruntled employees who still had access to Webkinz world and could program in all these scary features. Of course, neither of these scenarios are true, and there are no reports of any such incident actually happening, but it seems like the competition within the virtual pet space and the happy-go-lucky reputation Webkinz had were two bases for these scary rumors to arise from. Eventually, the rumors got so rampant that Webkinz themselves issued statements on their site, essentially reminding consumers that they would never allow anything to hurt your Webkinz pets. Of course though, as time went on, I stopped playing Webkinz altogether, and the brand as a whole kind of fell into obscurity, on account of it being a trend at its core. I think Webkinz is still making new pets today, and I know their site is still up as I used my account for this video, but there definitely aren't any new rumors popping up about the game, especially ones as intense as the killer. It's pretty interesting revisiting something like this and figuring out why it was such a big deal at the time, but at least now we know that no such thing as the Webkinz killer ever really existed.